So I've seen the ignorant comments and the ignorant moves that's about to be made, potentially to try and boycott some of the African businesses that's over in the United States of America. Now, I've been over here in East Africa, Tanzania, for almost 5 years now. And the real love that I've seen from my people over here on the ground is something that I cannot describe. The words, it's very difficult for me to find. And it's not what I've experienced or what we've been trained to experience over in America. Now, before I go too deep into what I'm going to talk about, I can and I must admit that there are some Africans over in America who unfortunately treat Black Americans in a bad way. But I want to tell you guys why. A lot of you may not know this, but when a lot of the Africans go into America, they are literally trained and taught not to do business with Black Americans. They teach them to stay away from us. They teach them that it isn't wise for them to treat us fairly and do business with us. So they have been programmed and conditioned to think the same way that a lot of people around the world think. So unfortunately, we have clashes that's going on between Black Americans over there and the Africans who are living over there because they have been lied to and given the wrong perspective about what we deal with in America and how we can come together as people. Now, me being over here on the continent of Africa, that's how I was able to learn that that is what they've been taught. Now, we aren't privy to that information when we live in America because, of course, we don't look into the immigration issues. We don't look into what it takes for different people to come into the country. So we don't know about those type of things, but they literally teach them not to mess with us. So they have this mentality within their minds where they're like, nah, I can't mess with Black Americans. Nah, I can't do business with Black Americans. Nah, I can be mean to Black Americans. And unfortunately, that's what we have to deal with right now. But this idea to boycott and create further division is nothing but a tactic of the enemy. Right now, the African Union is trying to position itself to begin to ask for reparations for us as a people. And many of the people in America right now do not want to claim the African heritage that is put within us. Yes, I know some of our people come from America, but civilization started over on the continent of Africa. Some of our people migrated freely to the Americas before the transatlantic slave trade. So our people started from the continent of Africa. So this narrative that's being pushed that, oh, we don't come from Africa, oh, we need to keep America for the Black Americans, the foundational Black Americans, whatever the term is, FBA, whatever it is, that is, I hate to say it, it's sort of ignorant because we originated from the continent of Africa. Now, I'm not trying to discredit what we dealt with as a people. I'm not trying to discredit and act like, you know, we weren't sold into slavery. Yes, we were sold into slavery, but the backstory to that is our people didn't freely sell us into slavery. A lot of them were tricked. A lot of them were even conned, and a lot of them were even, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of them were intimidated into selling us to the Europeans. So they didn't want to do it. And some of them did want to do it, I ain't gonna lie. Just like it's niggas out here now, they want to sell us out. And that's a part of it. Like, some people get greedy. Some people, unfortunately, want to take $1 from anybody who give them $1 and do whatever they ask them to do. I'm not gonna lie and discredit that. But how are we gonna move forward if we continuing to hate each other and fight against one another when we aren't even focusing on who's the real problem, who's the real issue? The real people we need to be boycotting from. The real people we need to be pulling away from. The real people we need to be taking our dollars from. Why aren't we talking about that and putting the same type of energy into making sure that we do those type of things? Now, this is something that they continuously have been doing for centuries so far, continuing to divide and conquer us. If they are talking about reparations at the African Union, why wouldn't we want to get behind that? Why wouldn't we want to back that so that we can get the reparations that we deserve as well? And over here on the ground, I've been making connections with many movers and shakers on the continent of Africa. Many of you guys know I was appointed ambassadorship for the African Union last year around this time. And since then and before then, I've been blessed to make some connections with some African brothers and sisters who are down for us to come together, who are down for us to work and do what we need to do as a people. And we're even in the process as we speak of putting events together and doing things that's bridging the gap and bringing us all together. So this narrative that's being pushed that Africans hate us or we can't work together is nothing but a lie from the pit of hell, for one. And it's a tactic that's being used to divide and conquer us. It's no coincidence that now we are starting to wake up. We are starting to see the world for what it really is, starting to understand the geopolitical landscape. Now we're starting to get these type of tactics that put us further apart, that pull us away from the work that's being done and the progress that's being made for us coming together as a whole. If you go through the different YouTube channels and the different Instagram accounts, there's thousands of us who've came back to the continent of Africa, who've started making good connections, who started doing businesses, who started making the right moves to bridge the gap for us to come back together as a people. So what's being spewed online, what's being pushed through the divisive media networks, what's being pushed through the people who don't have our best interests at heart is not the truth. The truth is in the people that's on the ground, the people that's having the real conversations, the people that's doing the real work. Don't just look into people that's doing these things for clickbait and who are not actually helping people, who are not actually doing the work, because there's many people who just talk about things only to get views, only to, monetize their content. And I like to do that too. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I don't want to monetize my stuff too. But at least I want to keep it real and give you guys the real perspective. And the real is this: the African people have been lied to that are over in America. They teach them to treat us that way. Now, I'm not, giving them a pass. Yes, it's wrong. No, they shouldn't be acting like that. But it's just the reality of what we have to deal with. We have to understand that they have been taught that way. So instead of having an attitude and instead of meeting fire with fire, maybe you can call out what they've been taught. It's easier if you call out what they've been taught and you let them know, like, hey, I know what you've been taught. I know what they told you, but this is the real. This is the reality. They don't even understand the fullness of what we went through with the Jim Crow, with the segregation, with the atrocities of slavery. They don't even understand the fullness, because when slavery was done over here on the continent of Africa, it wasn't perpetual servitude like we had to deal with over in America. It was a different type of slavery. You would just work for a few years until you paid your debt off, and then you would go back into society and be able to get your life back in order. But once slavery happened over in the Americas, then that is what happened. That is how we got to this point. So I know there's a lot of hurt. I know there's a lot of frustration. And I know there's a lot of pain that we deal with from what we experienced with the Europeans and what happened in the past when some of our brothers and sisters sold us into slavery. But we have to move forward and look at who was behind all of this and why. Because nobody benefits from us boycotting each other but the other people. No one benefits from that. So we have to figure out how we can work together. People say that some of the Africans or the African leaders didn't try to help us get out of America, didn't do things to try to bring us back to the continent of Africa. And that's another lie that we've been taught. Since I've been over here on the ground, I can name you at least 3 to 4 different presidents and leaders of countries who were actively asking us to come back. For example, I give you Muammar Gaddafi. He was the president of Libya, and he was trying to send millions of dollars to America to help us get out of the situation that we were in, and the U.S. government denied it. He was trying to send millions of dollars to Minister Farrakhan, and they denied him to be able to receive the money because it would be a national security risk. So they said an African leader sending his people millions of dollars is a security risk for the United States government. This was in the 90s. And before that, Thomas Sankara, he was over in the Burkina Faso, boldly standing up, trying to kick the Europeans out of his country. And they cut him up and put him into acid. He was boldly standing up. Another one, Julius I always stumble his name because it's very difficult, but Julius Nyerere, he was the president of Tanzania, and he was one of the first leaders to help many of the African nations get their independence over here on the continent of Africa. And even him, he had the opportunity to sit down with Malcolm X before he was assassinated. Malcolm X came over here to Tanzania and spoke with Julius Nyerere and had a new idea, a new way for him to help our people get connected with the continent of Africa. And that is why they assassinated him, because he changed his perspective and started to see that he needed to take this fight to an international level. He needed to make us connect with our people so that we can be one bigger voice and get what we wanted to get done. And that's just 3 leaders that I just told you guys. And there's many, many more that we haven't been taught about intentionally so that they continue to push these things forward. So, hey, I'm just a messenger, someone here that's on the ground, that's been here for the past 5 years. And I've seen the real of how people really feel about us. And I can't just sit here and allow the FBA, ADOS to push this narrative that we aren't loved, we aren't connecting with our brothers and sisters. They don't really care about us. No, it's far from the truth. It's real love we get from our people, but we just have to understand who wants us at odds with each other, and we can see what's really going on. If you're watching our content, you're probably interested in coming over to the continent of Africa, where you're in luck. I have a free document that gives you everything you need to know in order to have a solid foundation so that you come over here successfully. All you have to do is sign up to our newsletter at our website, and you'll be sent that document directly to your inbox. And also, we have a free course that gives you everything you need to know so that when you decide to come over here, you have everything you need so that you can be good to get started. And we offer Swahili courses as well for those who are interested. If you want to be well-rounded and speak the language of Swahili so that you can come over here and be competent and handle your business properly, join us in our self-paced Swahili course as well. And we also offer consultations for those who are interested. I will sit on the phone with you and answer all the questions that you have to make sure that you and your family know everything you guys need to know so that y'all can make a smooth transition over here to the continent of Africa. And last, but certainly not least, we have a membership community of like-minded individuals who are working together and coming over here to the continent of Africa to hold each other accountable and build alongside one another. So if you're interested in joining our community or taking advantage of any other resources that we have for you guys, make sure you just click the link in the description box and join us at our website, and we got you, all right? Since we're here, got to show y'all some of the products real quick.
This natural body baby. Natural body.
Yeah, natural product.
Natural body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, come closer. Come. Busy Beachy. And also, if you're interested in getting an herbal consultation to learn traditional methods and ways to help you overcome any illness or sickness you've been dealing with, click the link in the description box and sign up for our herbal consultations now, and my beautiful wife got you. And also, if you're interested in learning how to make herbal products and learning the traditional methods to foster in healing from different diseases, and also how to set up FDA GMP compliant herbal businesses, join us in our FordsHerbal Medicine Academy, where my beautiful wife, licensed herbal practitioner and student midwife, will teach you how to do everything in order to set up your business properly and learn how to make your products properly. So join us if you're interested. Karibu. So guys, don't fall victim to this media push, this media mess that's being put into our face that's trying to keep us separated from one another. During this time of our awakening, during this time of us putting ourselves in a good position and leveling the playing field so that we can be players and movers and shakers in this world. They see what's going on. They understand what's going on. So they need to keep us divided. They need to keep us separated from one another. So don't be one of the people that fall victim, because those of us who join the arms, those of us who making the necessary adjustments and connecting with our brothers and sisters, we are going to be the policymakers. We are going to be the millionaires and the billionaires of the future, because we stood the test of time. We understood what was coming our way, and we positioned ourselves properly, and we let the media do what the media do and lie. Don't fall victim, guys. You better not boycott those people companies. You better not boycott those people businesses. Go show them more support. Go show them more love, because we need to be united now more than ever. People are getting thrown out of the United States of America. People are really, literally being kicked out, and some of them are citizens. They're not talking about their part. Some of them are citizens. And then it's set up to a point where the president that's over there now can literally strip birthright citizenship at the stroke of a pen. At the stroke of a pen. And he's been stroking his pen a lot lately. So if he decides to stroke it that way, that's it for you. That's it for y'all. So, hey, man, don't fall victim. We need to make sure that we keep a good connection with our motherland. We need to make sure that we keep a good understanding, and we start thinking for ourselves, because it's so easy to fall victim, and I don't want to see many people do that. I don't want to see people mess up like that. There's people who supported me that's African business owners over in America before I came here. I've been to some of those shops before, and I know some of y'all was complaining about, the African women, pulling y'all hair out and being mean in the nail shop and things like that, in the hair salons. So, I understand. Some people do come with some nasty attitudes. Some of y'all be tripping with them attitudes, I ain't gonna lie. And some of them be tripping too. So it's the same thing, bro. You gotta be able to forgive, and you gotta be able to understand. So, hey, maybe this will change you guys' perspective if you understand that they were lied to as well. They've been poisoned. They've been poisoned to not want to be with us. They've been poisoned to not want to work with us. They've been poisoned to move the way that they move. So, show them some love to sort of purge their poison out. Let them know that they've been poisoned. Call out the poison, and you will be able to help this thing and not further push the divide that we are trying to stop, all right? Now, if you are someone who's thinking about coming to the continent of Africa, if you are watching it to this point, I know you are thinking about coming to the continent of Africa. So, hey, if you want help with that, just reach out to me, and I'll definitely give you all the information I have. I can help you out the best way that I know how for you and your family to come over here successfully. But I don't want to see anybody fall victim to this mess that's being put online. They trying to keep us further divided, and they trying to mess up what we are doing and the progress that's being made. I'm working with the African Union now to actually help us as a people. I'm having talks with people who are very empathetic to what we've been through. But it's a process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. We still understand who's in power. The way that we see Africa right now is not how Africa was put together. The same way we dealt with racism, dealt with hatred, envy, jealousy over in America, they dealt with the same thing over here. All those different borders and countries that you see on the map of Africa was not there. Those people divided this continent up to suit their needs. So everything that's divided right now is helping everybody but us. So we got to think for ourselves, and we got to make sure that we start moving properly, and we don't allow history to repeat itself, and we not position ourselves properly, all right? So, hey, if you made it to this point in the video, please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know why, but go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and please comment in the comment box and let me know what you guys think about them boycotting some of the African businesses, and what you think about coming over here to the continent of Africa. If you're someone that's thinking about that, or if you're even here right now, let me know what you think about it, and let me know which country you guys are tuning in from, or which city. Wherever you're at right now, please comment in the comment box and let me know, because I love to see where people are showing love from and how we're connecting as a people, all right? Y'all make sure y'all keep the shalom peace. Don't let these people talk you out of your blessing, and don't participate in a stupid boycott. if it's a real boycott, if we're going against some real things that's causing us real issues, I understand that. Like we did with Target. Like I saw what happened with Target, I was like, oh yeah, that's what's up. So we can boycott for the right stuff, but let's not waste our time and energy still staying divided, all right? Now that's my rant on that. Y'all be safe out there and keep the shalom peace, all right? Shalom.